Hello, Laverne here, and thank you for joining me. May this video be a blessing to you, and may it honor and glorify God in His kingdom. This video is the introduction to what I believe is going to be my most important video series that I have yet created for YouTube. The reason is in part because of the subject matter, which is salvation, but also because I'm going to be going into greater detail, greater depth than what I ever have in comparison to past videos. I'm going to be looking at more scripture than what I ever have in the past. And the reason is in part because there is so much scripture regarding the subject of salvation. And when we consider the importance of it, it behooves us to learn as much as what we can about salvation. For if you were to take every decision that you have made and will make in your entire life, and if you were to add every one of those decisions on top of one another, and you were to look at that pile of decisions, that pile would pale in comparison of the importance of the one single decision regarding your salvation. Salvation is the single most important subject matter that anyone can ever think on, can meditate on, and can pray on. It is the most important subject that we can ever study, discuss, debate, and for that reason I am making this video series, for I believe it's being impressed upon me. Even though I've made videos in the past on the subject matter, I feel I have come up short in those videos. And so that's why I'm making this video series, and I hope you will take the time to watch the video series, not just because I like the idea of people watching my videos, but because I honestly would like your input. Because if I am wrong on any part of my videos, I want to know about it. If I am wrong regarding salvation, I need to know about it. I want to be refuted, and if need be, rebuked. And then hopefully sometime in the future, after being rebuked, someone will be able to come along in my life and correct me, that I will listen to them. I fear the Lord, and I fear being wrong and leading someone down the wide path. I fear spreading a lie of any kind. And for that reason, I want to know if I'm mistaken. No one wants to know more than me if I am wrong. But don't expect that simply telling me I'm wrong is going to work. And don't think that appealing to an argument from emotion is going to work either. And I get this all the time. I have many people telling me I'm wrong, that I'm a false prophet and so on. And they'll say, hey, don't I think that if God is all powerful, that He'd be able to save everyone, even Satan? Well, the problem with this argument is it's not based on scripture. It's simply a hope. It's simply phrasing a question in such a way that, yeah, if God's all powerful, He could do these things. The question is, so, is He doing it? Is that His plan? Is that what He tells us in scripture? And the answer is no. It's not a matter of what God could do. It's a matter of what God did do, is doing, and will do. Another argument that is similar to this has to do with the Bible. I hear it all the time from Christians. If God is all powerful, don't I believe that He could create a book made up of 66 books and protect it so that it would be uncorrupted? Well, certainly God could do that. God could have written an entire book with His own finger and given it to us. God could do many things, but that doesn't mean that that is what He has done. So arguments like this aren't going to work. Cherry-picking arguments isn't going to work. Taking passages out of context is not going to work. But if I am honestly wrong on the matter of salvation, then the person who has it right will be able to get through to me. And the reason is because I so much want to know the truth. Now, getting back to the importance of salvation. If we are tricked, if we fail to see the light, if we believe a lie, we are still going to be held accountable. Believing a lie is not an excuse. It's not acceptable to God. This is found all throughout Scripture. In Genesis, we see this. Eve was deceived. She fell victim to the lie and the temptation of Satan. And then along come Adam, and he did the, he followed the desire of Eve. Eve said, here, try it. I tried it, and it's really good stuff. And Adam did so. Did God say, okay, Adam, you simply fell victim to Eve, you're innocent? And did he turn to Eve and say, you fell victim to Satan, you're innocent? Of course not. And we see this all throughout Scripture. Falling for a lie is not an acceptable excuse. It does not get you a free pass. And come Judgment Day, there are going to be many Christian YouTubers who are going to stand before Yeshua. And he is going to say, look out over here. You see this large group of people? They are all people who watched your videos and believed what you were saying in them. And he's going to say, you see those people behind them, that other group? They are the ones who listened to and believed those people. And behind them, an even greater crowd, a greater number of people, and they believed the ones that are standing in front of them. And you will be able to see all these people who were influenced by perhaps your video. And now I'm not speaking to the Christian who is speaking the truth and spreading a true gospel. I'm talking to the Christian who is spreading a false gospel, a false doctrine. Jesus will then turn to you. And he will say, all of those people believed your lies, the lies that you presented through your videos. And all of those people are now condemned to hell. But your punishment, because you are the one who told them this lie, your punishment is going to be far greater. And I tell you, there will be no comfort whatsoever knowing that you yourself fell for a lie and that that person will receive a greater punishment than you. My brothers and sisters, it's important that we be careful of what comes out of our mouth. We better spend time researching, praying to God, fasting, searching the truth, doing everything in our power to check our biases. Because if we are believing something simply because it sounds sweet, we will pay dearly for it. So I can't stress enough the importance of what we believe and what we are preaching and teaching. We are going to be held accountable. Now, I'd just like to, speak on one more thing on this matter in this introduction video, and that has to do with the fact that many Christians seek a very quick fix. They are looking for a sermon that is more akin to a fast food drive-through type sermon, and that goes for YouTube videos as well. Most Christians want something that's quick and snappy. They only want to have to read a few lines, have a few passages thrown at them, and that's it. They want salvation summed up in a nice little equation. And they don't want to have to read a whole lot of God's written word. They don't want to be bogged down by this reading thing. And because they don't want to be bogged down with having to read, and because they don't want to research and spend time praying and fasting, they accept something that comes quick, snappy, and gives them comfort. That's what many false prophets are doing, giving them this kind of message. And it's the kind of message that is also coming from many YouTubers. Many Christian YouTubers are creating these kinds of messages. What they do is they don't even read Scripture themselves. They simply type in a few key words, do a web search, find a few passages, take those passages, make a nice background pictures or video, add some music to it, and bang, like that. There they have it. They've created this wonderful video that receives anywhere from 20 to 20,000 views. And they're happy with it. And the people watching the videos are happy with the videos. They make them feel good. But what's going to happen come Judgment Day? Are there lies within those videos that you are creating and posting? I ask that you check your heart. I ask that you seek the Lord on the matter of doctrine and salvation. Don't be caught in lies. Don't fall for lies and don't spread them. This is so very important. I can't stress it enough. Now, with that said, I hope you will join me in this video series. I hope you will perhaps take the time to make video responses. I'll accept them all. If I'm wrong, I'd like to be shown, but you must do so with Scripture. And well, I guess that's about it. As always, I look forward to comments and messages. Till next time, peace and blessings.